Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Lady of Huntington. I'm actually making my husband some lunch for tomorrow, for when he goes to work. And I'm making him some sandwiches. He likes to have sandwiches when we have really nice fresh bread. And as we have that, I thought I would go ahead and make him some sandwiches to take to work tomorrow. As you know, or as you may know, we actually own a construction company, so it's really important that he has something that's quick and easy, that he can take with him, whether, he's sort of in the middle of driving the truck, or if he's digging out a footing, or, he's running from one side of the job site to the next, that he has something that he can just grab and take with him if he's feeling a little bit peckish. He also likes to have things where there's a little bit of a variety, so like smaller type items and different things. So he might have something that's chocolate and something that's salty and something that's like a sandwich or whatnot. But he kind of likes a little bit of variety. So what I'm doing here, I've buttered the bread. We're just going to put our sliced coon cheese on there. And it's a nice sharp cheese, or extra tasty, which he likes. This is just some tomato relish, so that is going onto the cheese, just so the bread doesn't get soggy. I know we have butter on there, but still, just to want to make it, make certain that bread doesn't go soggy, because there'd be nothing worse grabbing a piece of bread and it's a bit soggy. And we've got some lovely leg ham here, and I'm going to place that on top of the chutney, and then that's his sandwich done. So he doesn't like any fat on anything, so what I am just doing is just removing any of the rind or the fat that you can see that's visible there. It's something that he's never liked, so I always make certain that I take that off, or the majority. You can see there's a tiny little bit there, but that's fine. He doesn't like these big wads of it, so yeah, I just make sure that I take that off, because there'd be nothing worse if you didn't like it than biting into it and actually getting a big lump of that in. So I just make sure that I cut all that off for him. I'm just cutting it up because it's as you can see there, the slices are really, really big, so it would certainly be overhanging that bread, and we don't want to do that. Put his little top on, and just simply going to cut it down the centre, and then we'll wrap it up in some cling wrap so it stays nice and fresh. I'm just showing you what it looks like there. Got a little bit of a mess there, don't we, where the bread's sort of crumbled a little bit there, but that's okay, we'll get rid of that. And we've got some puppy dogs sitting down on the floor there, so no doubt they will be scrambling to see what Mum has swept off the actual top there. So this is the cling wrap, and I'm just going to wrap that up just to keep it, as I say, nice and fresh. My fingers just don't want to work and play nicely here, so I kind of get stuck on it a little bit, but that's okay. It all gets done at the end of the day, so that's all that matters. And into one of the lunch boxes. Push it down a little bit because it was sort of sitting right up the very top there. Hadn't used this lunchbox before, so just make sure that it was going to fit in there without hanging over the top and then being unable to actually shut that lid. So next we're going to grab a container here, and yes, that container is not going to fit into that lunchbox, but these are just some like cracker type chip things, which is a sour cream flavour. They're very light, they're very, very nice, but I'm going to put the lid on, and it's a little bit crunchy, so I need just to remove a couple of those because it's preventing the lid from going down. And if I push it on it too hard, all it's going to do is actually break those chips. So, and I'll just pop a couple back in there which are a different shape so they can fill those holes up. So anyhow, the lid goes on perfectly now, and that's ready to go. So a bit more cling wrap. This stuff is brilliant. I use so much of it. However, I am trying to get away of using a lot of disposable items, and I've started getting a lot of Tupperware of late. So I'll be using those instead. Now these are Twiggy sticks, just the mild Twiggy sticks. Just something for him to nibble on again if he's hungry. As I say, I like to have a variety of things for him in here because he does like that, and like to have, you know, just different little things to pick on. It'd be nothing worse than being on a job site not being able to go anywhere. Well, I mean, you can because we own it, so he can do what he likes. But you know, if you're busy and you want something to eat, you know, he's a bit of a chocoholic, so he likes sweet things. So he's got a chocolate roll cake that's just gone in there, as well as his Twiggy sticks. Now they're mild Twiggy sticks, so they're not going to be overly hot. And these are his favourite biscuits, which are Rocky Road. And you see there it's got marshmallow, jam and a biscuit coat, and biscuit on the bottom with a chocolate coating. So he likes those. So give him a couple of those in there also, in case he's fancying something sweet or chocolatey. So he's got 2 sweet things in there now. And his, what do you call it, Twiggy sticks need to be accompanied, of course, by some cheese. So that's next to go in, I think. We've got some cheese squares, which are like little block things, which are all pre-done, so really easy. There's nothing I have to cut there, which is great. Put some of those onto our cling wrap and wrap those up. And you know, I wouldn't put the cheese and the Twiggy sticks in together because I like things like that separate. I just, you know, and some people I think put the cheese on their crackers and pop it in there. To me, I don't like that either. That's just me. Everybody does things different, but that's just me. I would feel like my crackers would be going a little bit soft in with other things, so hence I keep mine separate also. I'm just getting him out some Clicks biscuits here. These are a nice soft buttery type biscuit which go really, really well with the Twiggy sticks and the cheese. So just give him a couple of little towers of those, and yeah, wrap those up there in the cling wrap again and pop them in his lunchbox. And I think that then is pretty full, and that's his lunch for tomorrow done. So yep, all fits in there. Look at that. He's certainly not going to go hungry. Now, my husband does go to work, leaves here about 6 o'clock in the morning, 6:30 in the morning. He doesn't eat breakfast, and he doesn't get home until about 6 o'clock at night. So it's a pretty full-on day. And if he works back a little bit later, if the job, you know, hasn't been completed and he needs to get to another job the following day, well, he will stay back to do that. So you need to make sure that he's got plenty of food and drinks to get through the day. So he likes the Sunkist there and a bottle of water or 2, and he also takes a coffee thermos with him as well. So that is his lunch ready for tomorrow. So if you like these types of videos, don't forget to pop back and see us again.